Last weekend, my lefty friend suggested I should celebrate Labor Day by watching his favorite Solidarity Forever flick of 2015, Trumbo. In hindsight, I should have bought a ticket to Suicide Squad instead. The titular subject of this biopic is Dalton Trumbo, the highest paid screenwriter in Hollywood in 1947, until, that is, he was blacklisted for being a member of the Communist Party. Bryan Cranston as Dalton Trumbo is superb. The movie itself, well, as the saying goes, it would have been twice as good if only it were half as long. But I'm not here to present a film review. Rather, I'm kind of lamenting the kid gloves treatment communism receives in the film. Indeed, surely the most embarrassing scene occurs when Trumbo tries to explain communism to his young daughter. He tells her communism is when you go to school and realize that the kid next to you has no sandwich to eat at lunchtime, so you share your sandwich with the kid who's going without. Now, I laughed out loud at this point, folks, even though this scene wasn't meant to be funny. Here's a more accurate description of communism. In a communist state, there are no sandwiches for anyone to share thanks to abysmal 5-year agricultural plans that reap nothing except starvation. And if you were indeed lucky enough to somehow acquire a sandwich, soldiers would visit your house in the wee hours of the morning to confiscate that sandwich in order to redistribute it to the dictators who come up with those 5-year plans. That's communism classic. Still, given the failed economic and humanitarian policies of communism, after all, this ideology has slaughtered tens of millions of innocent people, it remains fascinating to see that so many on the progressive left still harbor a soft spot for this warped philosophy. Even worse, sometimes these loonies get into positions of political power. Case in point, veteran Toronto City Councillor Paula Fletcher. For 5 years, Comrade Fletcher was president of the Manitoba chapter of the Communist Party of Canada. How is it even possible to get elected as dog catcher in a Western democracy with that blight on your resume? Which is why the Politically Incorrect Guide to Socialism by Kevin D. Williamson should be required reading. Williamson notes communism and socialism have little to do with the pursuit of happiness. Rather, it's all about the pursuit of sheer raw power over others. Progressive apologists lament that these ideologies are indeed valid. It's just that they haven't been, implemented properly. You see, it's been the poor execution of socialism and communism by misguided dictators that's to blame for the atrocities committed in the name of communism. The ideology itself is A-OK. Yet, as Williamson notes, this is the single biggest lie of all. Communism and socialism have been rolled out precisely according to the playbook. These systems inherently diminish the role of the individual while embracing a culture of nihilism. Writes Williamson, in truth, the theory behind socialism is deeply flawed. It is intellectually narrow, inhumane, and deeply irrational in that it fails to account for the way in which knowledge works in a society. Socialism in theory is every bit as bad as socialism in practice once you understand the theory and stop mistaking it for the common and humane charitable impulse. Bottom line, Dalton Trumbo unquestionably received a raw deal for being blacklisted for his beliefs, especially in a country that prides itself on the First Amendment. But at the same time, let's not sugarcoat and make excuses for the toxic ideology that is communism. Just ask anyone who has managed to escape from a communist regime. For the Rebel.media, I'm David the Menzoid Menzies.
Thanks for watching. Click here to never miss a Rebel update. Want even more of the Rebel? Well, click here to become a premium member.